Good morning, this is Rich from Tennessee Homestead. How are you today? Well, this is going to be our barn chat this morning, or Monday. And the chickens decided all of a sudden to start chiming in. They wanted to give you a little background music. Anyway, interesting happenings. I took a little time out last night and was kind of looking over the news that is out there. Heard about this Apple versus the FBI kind of nonsense going on. And while it's sad to hear that the government's trying to get into everybody's cell phones like that, it isn't surprising, okay? Don't really want to get into the politics of the whole thing, because my personal belief on politics is it doesn't matter which party's in power, which president is sitting in that Oval Office. We seem to be moving down the same road. Government's trying to take away your freedom and your privacy. And it just seems like both parties are involved. No said. That's about the extent I want to get into the politics. Anyway. We're going to be starting a series on how to make money on your homestead. It's hard to do in these little brief videos to give you anything other than generalities. And so I thought, well, you know, there seems to be a large interest in that. And thank you for your racket, miss. Anyway, yeah, you're in a barn, okay? You just hope you can live with it. So what we're going to try to do is just take one area at a time that we here are using to generate revenue. And we're going to look at that avenue in depth of how we go about marketing and things of this nature. And see if you can get some information out of it that helps you out. Excuse my hat, I just washed it yesterday, and you know, it's kind of like washed my hat, can't do a thing with it. But anyway, try to help you out making a little extra money on your homestead, because that is part of getting to the point of being self-sustainable, is if you can generate enough income to you know, keep your family afloat, pay your costs, and so forth, and you know, so much the better. And depending on what your goals are. So hopefully that'll help you out some, and we'll probably take those and put them all together in a playlist to where you can go through it and figure out what you can and cannot use. So I'm going to start working on that a little bit. The biggest thing is I know people are making money even out there for YouTube. I don't view YouTube and this channel as a moneymaker. Number one, you'll see it's not monetized. We don't take in advertising. And that's mainly because I want you all to know that I'm not here to make a buck and to throw out sensational topics to, you know, get 10,000 viewers a day. My goal here is to just provide some very common sense information that, as a homesteader, you can use. You know, I've been around the track a few times. Okay, so there's a lot that you learn over the years. The tough part of it is what do you need to know? Okay, it really helps us if you put down, you know, you got a totally off the wall question, ask it. Trust me, there's no such thing as a bad question. It really isn't. And don't poke fun at anybody for asking what I would deem to be, well, that, you should know that, but not necessarily. Understanding that folks come out of urban areas and are not familiar with this lifestyle at all. So, yeah, we're here to help. That's our goal. That's the goal of the channel, is to give you a hand. But we are a functioning small farm, which means I don't spend a lot of time standing here in front of this camera. I don't spend a lot of time out on the internet. I spend a lot of time out in the fields, okay? But I don't think y'all would appreciate, you know, watching me walk around out in the field. So that'll get pretty boring pretty quick. But if there's something I can, you know, a question I can answer, anything like that, just leave a comment. I'm happy to get back with you. Now, it might be a day or so, because like I said, I'm not always on the internet, so I don't spend a lot of time in there on the computer. And you'll find, if you haven't started the homestead yet, you'll find once you get knee deep in it, hey, you won't either. You honestly won't. Because you just don't have time for it. You know, you're out being busy. Okay, it is a busy lifestyle. Like I always say, you know, it's a simpler lifestyle. Doesn't mean it's easier. Okay, there's a lot you got to get accomplished. Matter of fact, I asked one lady that I respect her opinion a lot, and I never got an answer back of how in the heck do you find time to put up all these videos? It's like, wow. But it is what it is, and you know, so what we're going to try to do is we're just going to take our entire revenue stream and go through it one item at a time, and try to keep it fairly brief to where it doesn't get too lengthy. I mean, some are going to, but you know, for the most part, we're going to try to keep it brief and see if there's some ideas out there that you might be able to use and go, hey, I could do that, you know, and I could make a few bucks off of that. Not everything I'm doing will work for you. There's probably ideas that you have that, man, I wish you'd share them with me, because you never know. I might be able to use some myself. And I can't think of too many people who could stand there and smile at you and go, I'm making all the money I want to make. So, problem is, as a homesteader, when you start talking about making money, you usually have 18 different infrastructure programs you'd like to get going. Ours is like solar and wind power and things of that nature. That, yeah, you'd like to have extra money to apply to those things. So it would be beneficial to get a little two-way conversation going on some of that. We're going to try to give you some heads up, and the first bit of heads up I'm going to give you here is, if you're not real long on accounting, you need to start sharpening your skills, because it's going to be very important to you. Because knowing exactly what you're spending and exactly what your costs are is what's going to make you sit back and set your pricing to make a profit. And at the same time, beforehand, if you can do good cost analysis on your product, you can go out and check the market and go, can I sell this product for what it's going to cost me to produce? And if that answer is no, you might want to back up a bit. That's like I've done that little thing for a lady on eggs. If you think for 30 seconds you're going to start a homestead and sell to all the grocery stores in the area and turn a profit, it's not going to happen. Okay, it's just not going to happen. You're in competition with very large egg producers that their entire system is mechanized, and they got little girls in cages dropping eggs out their bottoms, and it goes down a conveyor belt into the washers and blah, 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 blah. Can't compete. Okay, so you got to find another market. Okay, you might sell some excess to a few stores, but you're not going to be selling a lot of eggs to stores. Okay, so that's kind of the areas we're going to talk about. We're going to try to get a little bit more in depth with them and come up with some different ideas of how to do this. So anyway, I don't want this to get very long. I got work to do. I got pasture back there I need to bush hog. So this is Rich from Tennessee Homestead. Hope this video finds you having a great day, and talk to you soon.